180,000 Americans moved abroad in 2025. Not visiting, not vacationing, leaving. The US Census Bureau confirmed net migration went negative for the first time in 50 years. Gallup found 1 in 5 Americans want to move permanently. That's 66 million people. The question isn't why. We know why. The question is, where are they actually going? I found 10 countries. Here they are. Starting at number 10, and this surprises nobody, Mexico. 1.2 million Americans already live there. The largest U.S. expat community on Earth. You can drive. Your phone works. And in cities like Oaxaca and San Miguel de Allende, a beautiful apartment rents for $500 to $800 a month. Nursing home care that costs $8,000 monthly in the U.S., $1,500 in Mexico. Same standard of care. 1.2 million people already figured it out. They didn't wait for permission. 9. Costa Rica. In 1948, they abolished their military entirely and put the money into education and healthcare. The result, 77 years later, one of the happiest countries on Earth with longer life expectancy than the United States. For retirees, the pensionado visa requires just $1,000 a month in pension income. A comfortable life for a couple runs $1,500 to $2,000 monthly. Rainforests, volcanoes, 2 coastlines, and sloths. Costa Rica earns everything it promises. 8. Colombia. Address what you're thinking. The Colombia of 2026 is not the Colombia of the 90s. Medellin, once the most dangerous city on earth, is now named one of the world's most innovative cities. It has cable cars, a metro, world-class restaurants, and an American expat community that's been doubling every year. You can live extremely well in Medellin on $1,000 to $1,500 a month. Fully, including a nice apartment, eating out regularly, and going everywhere by cab. 7. Thailand. 1 number. A full private hospital visit, English-speaking doctor, private room, complete diagnosis, costs $20 to $50. Not a copay, the whole thing. And these hospitals are JCI accredited, the same standard as top American facilities. Americans fly here specifically for surgery, pay for flights, hospital, and a recovery vacation, and still spend less than their U.S. deductible. Thailand's long-term resident visa allows up to 10 years legal stay. Monthly budget in Bangkok, $1,000 to $1,500. 6. Greece, specifically for Americans with money to invest. The Golden Visa gives you permanent EU residency for a €250,000 real estate investment. Live in Greece, travel 27 EU countries, access public health care. And here's what's really driving wealthy Americans here. A flat 7% tax on all foreign pension income, against up to 37% federal in the U.S. That difference is life-changing. 3,000 islands, 250 sunny days a year. Santorini, Athens, Crete. Greece isn't a tax strategy, it's a whole life. 5. Spain. Picture this. A Valencia apartment for €700 a month. A specialist doctor visit with no appointment, no referral, because Spain has universal health care for legal residents. A cafe coffee for €1.20. Overall cost of living 31% lower than the U.S. Private health insurance, €55 to €220 a month. Spain also has a digital nomad visa with a reduced tax rate for 5 years. Barcelona, Seville, San Sebastian, the Spanish coast. The hardest part of living in Spain is explaining why you waited. 4. Ireland. Sit with this. In a single 12-month period, 9,600 Americans moved to Ireland, a 96% surge. More Americans moved to Ireland than Irish nationals moved to the U.S. For the first time in recorded history, the direction reversed. Why? English speaking. Inside the EU, 27 countries open to you, and many Americans already qualify for Irish citizenship through ancestry. A parent or grandparent born in Ireland? You may already have an EU passport waiting. The Cliffs of Moher, Galway, Ireland looks like the word home sounds. Number 3, New Zealand. There's a reason multiple Silicon Valley billionaires have quietly built their personal backup plans here. Top 3 on the Global Peace Index. English speaking, stable democracy, produces enough food to feed itself 8 times over. Thousands of miles from every active conflict zone. Security analysts describe it as one of the most resilient countries on Earth, and it looks like Milford Sound, like Lake Tekapo, like nowhere else. People who choose New Zealand don't come back. Number 2, Canada. You've heard it. Here's the part you haven't. In 2026, Canada opened fast-track permanent residency streams specifically for Americans, including USH, 1B holders being squeezed out of the tech market. Canada is actively recruiting American workers and families right now. Universal health care. You will not go bankrupt from a cancer diagnosis. You will not choose between insulin and rent. Vancouver, Banff, Montreal, the Rockies, and you can drive there. Sometimes that's all the permission you need. And number 1, the country in every survey, every relocation advisor's office, every expat forum, Portugal. Cost of living 37 to 42% lower than the US. Rent 50% cheaper than the American average. A Lisbon apartment, 900 euros to 1,200 euros a month. Outside the cities, 500 euros to 800 euros. Private health insurance in Portugal starts at 30 euros to 60 euros a month. The public health service costs under 10 euros per visit. American relocations to Portugal nearly tripled since 2024. The D7 visa for passive income, the digital nomad visa, the golden visa, Portugal has built a welcome mat that no other country matches. Lisbon's golden streets, Porto's azulejo tiles along the Douro, the Algarve's sea caves, Sintra's fairy tale palaces in the mist above the Atlantic. Portugal doesn't ask you to give anything up, it just asks you to arrive. These aren't consolation prizes. They're extraordinary places where people are choosing to build better lives. 1 in 5 Americans want to move abroad. If that's you, now you know where to start. This is Globe 10. Every week, one country. 10 reasons to see the world differently. If this video made you think, subscribe.